Spend my days with a woman unkind, smoke my stuff and drink all my wine. Made up my mind to make a new start, going to California with a naked in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. Took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let them tell you they're all the same. The sea was red and the sky was gray. Wondered how tomorrow could ever follow today. The canyons and the mountains start to tremble and shake. Children of the sun begin to wake. It seems that the wrath.
Good morning, my beautiful crime family. Wow, that was long for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Good morning to everybody, and welcome to Java Time and Once Upon a Crime Time, and I'm your host, Tommy Jude. I'm going to get into a few things today, and I found one of those channels I think is kind of interesting. It sounds like she's used to have a channel like 10, 12 years ago. And it sounds like it's the channel she's using now, and she just hasn't, it sounds like she hasn't made a video in 10 years. But she came out on the Covert case. And she's got some interesting things to say. She's a little, could be contradictory, or maybe I'm not understanding some things, but it's interesting. Yeah, and I thought I would share it as something new. And then we're going to go over, I found something, maybe I'll go over this first. Some comment, or at least one comment I really want to read. I almost took it down for somebody, for their safety. Let's see here. And that's right here. I don't want that. Oh, I suppose there it is. There it is. By Sandy Parshin. Loach and Ethan Chapin, conflict ongoing. Ethan and Hudson Lindahl said to be close friends at Sigma Chi. Hudson died, and Ethan was distressed and kept bringing it up since. Dylan and Bethany were still in sorority. All four victims partied from frat and sororities, and posed a threat, I think this was me, of revealing Greek row secrets. Dylan and Bethany were on video not home. Dylan was at Taylor Avenue Banfield. Bethany was in conversation at Linda Lane, mentioned by name by a male in footage. Dylan, in my opinion, was the drug distributor at 1122 King. All four victims filed a report. RE law enforcement harassment for investigation by Office of Civil Rights. All four victims filed a report. RE law enforcement harassment for investigation by the Office of Civil Rights. Same two MPD were aiding killers at Taylor Avenue who constantly appeared at 1122 for fake noise complaints. Wow. Wow. There's five replies there. Thumbs up, and it's Roxy. Whoa, whoa, wow! I mean, yeah. And Thomas, during the conversation that included Bethany DoorDash order was referenced, and that those in the residence were awaiting delivery. The male individual who said this also said that while the others were waiting on DoorDash, and he and his party were awaiting Facebook. In my opinion, the reference to Facebook could have been to the streaming service that was being used to broadcast the contest taking place in Fight Club. That's interesting too. Like I say, it's good sometimes to go look at comments because you can learn a lot in comments. Here's Mimi, I think. Mimsy. There was a lady that was interviewed by a reporter who said she called LE to report suspicious behavior of someone bleaching out the interior of a red car immediately following the murders. Yep. She said LE never followed up with her and they never visited the home the car was bleached to inquire. Just listening to anyone living in close proximity to 1122 tell that they contacted law enforcement to report suspicious behavior or had to call them to offer video surveillance ring cams. Either way, it shows that LE did not perform any type of investigation. They didn't get tunnel They didn't get tunnel vision. They were given a name by an untrusty informant in lieu of a favor in return for testimony, i.e., leniency dismissal of their own criminal charges. And they built the case around the name given. There's a combined investigation being conducted by the FBI, DEA, and ATF on a criminal organization that traffics in guns and drugs. They were in Idaho and Washington for that reason. During their continued investigation, they gathered intel that hit had been ordered on some rats. Gathered intel that a hit had been ordered on some rats. The feds gave MPD, I wonder if they mean frats there or if they actually mean rats. The feds gave MPD a minute roll. Now they have washed their hands of assisting Moscow PD further with this case. People died on their watch. It's more than an embarrassment. It's a liability, and the feds are, let's just say, ticked off. Wow, that's pretty good too. See what I mean? Comments are good to go to. Comments are good to go to. Okay, so back here. Okay, so I wanna keep this moving here. This is that lady I was telling you about. Okay, and she's an older lady. Muchos respetos.
Hi, everyone. I know it's been a long time since I put a video up on YouTube, 11 or 12 years, and a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed with me and my family, and also YouTube. I have to be careful and kind of watch my language here a little bit. But the
You might have to
subject of
turn
the
it way up.
video is Brian Koberger. And for those of you who don't know, he was arrested for killing four University of Idaho students in their bed in the early morning hours, and that hit me. That was really personal to me at the time. It just my heart broke for those families. M- My two girls went to the University of Idaho. They have been attached at the hip since third or fourth grade. Today's my daughter's birthday. She's 37. Happy birthday, Kiki. That's my nickname for her. And I love her to pieces. And I love Ashley just as if she's my daughter. She went on family vacations with us. We did everything. They were our neighbor. Her dad was a single dad. And my kids went to a really small Catholic school. And every morning on the way to school, we'd see this little girl at the bus stop. And it was kind of a rickety bus that I wouldn't let my kids ride on. So I talked to her dad and made arrangements that I would pick her up and bring her home. And then she'd come home with us after school and, of course, do their homework and all that kind of stuff. My kids during that time, they always had to participate in extracurricular activities. So whether it was softball, baseball, swimming, track, my son was in wrestling, like they had to do something. And our Parks and Rec department here does a great program for that. So, anyway, I really, it really broke my heart the story of Maddie and Kaylee. And then, of course, with Ethan and Xana, I just, it broke my heart. And I just, those poor parents. And I know it was a terrifying time, and Moscow is a really small town. I live in a small town, but Moscow's even smaller, and it just had to be something terrifying. And I haven't really said too much about it, and I just don't uh, like nobody wants to talk about it with me, and I get really involved sometimes to the point of obsessed with some of these shows. And one of the shows I was becoming way too obsessed with was Sister Wives. So I got to get away from Sister Wives. I went on YouTube and I started following the one of the first trials I was following on YouTube was that Jody, that goofy girl that she drove for hours and like wore diapers to try to catch her boyfriend with another girl, or um I can't think of her name. Anyway, I got really into that trial, and then I also really got, and I try not to get into them, but once I am, I'm in it. Then the next one was the Murdaugh trial, and that whole thing is uh, that's like a whole nother soap opera. But what I want to say about this Koberger thing, and I just want to make this perfectly clear, I completely 100% presume him to be innocent. And I have all the faith in the world that the prosecutor, the investigators, the law enforcement, the people that analyze all the records, all the DNA or the trace evidence, I put my faith in them to do their job and to do it properly. And when everything is all said and done, there shouldn't be any question about who did this. And I want Mr. Koberger to have a really good defense. I want him to have access to whatever tools are out there because since I pledge allegiance to the flag since I was in school and on, I totally believe in his presumption of innocence. And if I was in a situation like this, I would want to be afforded that. But
I mean, you hear that lady speak, and it was really low. I hope you all heard that. Have earbuds in or something. But that's Judy T. She has 604 subscribers. And it did sound like and she gets into it a little more. If you want to subscribe to her, I did. I subscribed to her. She might bring up some good stuff, uh, And she says, I'm curious if you're interested in what's going on with the Kohlberger case in Idaho. I live 30 miles south of Moscow, Idaho, home of the University of Idaho. Go Vandals. Her two daughters graduated from the University of Idaho. All right. Have easy access to places, Kohlberger says in his alibi. I would like to show you most of them. So, yeah, she's got pictures and stuff. If you want to see what she's got to say, then I'm going to have you go to Judy T and subscribe to her and watch the video. She does have more to say, but I'm going to stop it right there. And Judy T is the name of her channel. And it sounds like she hasn't had anything up for 10 or 12 years. So, yeah. It does go on for about another 20 minutes. So that's why I'm cutting it short here. But that's what I wanted you to hear anyway, was right there. That's the most important thing. She lives 30 miles away from Moscow, and she believes 100% of his innocence. And that tells me something. So that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, so what else I want to do here? Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna run a little bubbly one. A bubbly. I think it's this one. It is. And here's bubbly. The original timeline, I can't wait to do a revised version of my own. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. And bubbly's been just on fire, man, for quite a while. Her videos have been amazing videos. And of course, if you're not subscribed to Bubbly Waters, make sure you go subscribe to her. Okay, so let's listen to this.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, I wanted to bring you this timeline that was done by Lena. She did go by Sigma Chi Girl, and she's also the one that I just posted the 4chan explained videos or TikToks. She's really good. She doesn't do this anymore, and these are nowhere to be found. I've had them for quite some time, and you can't find them on her channel anymore. So I'm not sure if they're out there anywhere. I haven't found them if they are. So I'm glad I saved these particular ones. Now you're going to see quite the difference on here. And I've already posted this. This is already one that I posted a while ago, but people are on here. I needed to explain it because people are on here saying, that's not the timeline or that's not what's going on. I'm like, you guys have to read the thing. It is one that was literally the first timeline.
So you need to read what's up on the screen when she runs this.
What they gave us, the information they gave us. And she's very cautious with how she does things, and she does it to the T. I mean, so whatever she's saying in here is exactly what she had heard or what was written down or what was given to us by the MPD. So please be kind in the comment section. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. It really does help. And I just love you guys to death, man. I'm telling you, this has been really great, and I'm just hoping that something happens. Things are coming to a head, man. It's just crazy out there right now. It's crazy. That's why I'm bringing up some of this older stuff, because I want I want them to see how crazy it has been, especially the new people coming in. They need to know. I can't, well, put it this way, I can't imagine being them coming into something like this. And the ones, you know, that have been there forever, including myself, just know, we know so much, you know, or we think we know a lot. You know, nobody knows anything really, if you know what I mean. It's so weird. But anyway, I'm going to play this. I do have a fan going in the background, so I apologize, but it is about 90 degrees out here. So I'm about ready to put Kitty Cat in the catio. She's roaming around in here, so she wants to go out and do her thing. So I'm going to play this for you. And thank you also very much for your support. I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
I have a timeline of everything that happened the night of the Moscow murders. Every statement I'm about to read off is a confirmed fact by either Ellie, coroner, or one of the immediate families of the victims. If you want a link to the interview or article, just DM me on Instagram and I'll send it over. On the morning of November 11th, Kaylee bought her Range Rover all by herself and left her mom's house to go show Maddie her new car and go to the Pi Phi party. Pi Phi party was that night. Now we jump to November 12th. At 10:31 a.m., Maddie paid Kaylee with a note, coffee. 10:59 a.m., Ethan paid Kaylee with a note, thank you. 11:10 a.m., Ethan paid Kaylee with a note, yeah. 2:30 p.m., Kaylee called her mom after sending pictures and telling her about how much fun she and Maddie had at Pi Phi party last night. 4 p.m., final Vandal football home game. 8 p.m., Ethan and Xana are at a fraternity party at Sigma Chi. 8:40 p.m., Ethan paid Jack K with a note, thanks. 9 p.m., Ethan and Xana leave the frat party. 10 p.m., Kaylee and Maddie are at the corner club, according to Ellie. 10:15 p.m., K and M were picked up from their house per Kaylee's mom and sister. So there's a mess up somewhere in that timeline, but that's for Ellie to figure out. 10:20 p.m., K and M arrive at the corner club per Kaylee's mom and sister. Now we jump to November 13th. 12 a.m. midnight, Xana speaks to her father, Jeffrey, for the last time, and he mentions that she was hanging out at home with her boyfriend. 1 a.m., the two surviving roommates arrive home after being out in the Moscow community, separately. 1:30 a.m., Kaylee and Madison leave the bar in downtown Moscow. 1:40 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie are seen on Twitch video stream at Grub Truck, appearing visibly happy. In an article with no time given, it stated that Kaylee and Maddie got a ride home from a private party. At 1:45 a.m., Kaylee called for an Uber per Kaylee's mom and sister. Also at 1:45 a.m., Ethan and Xana arrive at the residence on King Road. 1:49 a.m., Uber picked up K&M per Kaylee's mom and sister. 1:56 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie arrive home per Kaylee's mom and sister. Confirmed by Ellie on 11:25. At 2 a.m., neighbors claim to go to sleep and haven't heard anything or seen anyone. Between 2:26 a.m. and 2:44 a.m., there was 6 phone calls made off of Kaylee's phone to Jack D. 2:44, Maddie's first call to Jack D. And then there was a second call with no time. 2:50 a.m., officer in plainclothes and unmarked vehicle working alcohol enforcement spotted 3 males in parking lot. 2:52, Maddie's third call to Jack D, as well as Kaylee's 7th and final call to Jack D. 3 to 4 a.m., time of death of all 4 victims. 3:01 a.m., officer made contact with the 3 males spotted in parking lot. 3:32 a.m., the officers completed the alcohol offense in the area. Again, no time provided, friends arrive at the location. 11:45 a.m., neighbor leaves for work not seeing or hearing anything. 11:58 a.m., 911 call from inside the residence on one of the surviving roommates' cell phones requesting aid for an unconscious person. No time provided, police arrive on the scene and find a dog unharmed inside the residence. The dog was turned over to animal services and then released to a responsible party. 12 p.m., all 4 students pronounced dead. 5:30 p.m., the coroner arrives on scene.
I'm glad that's out there. I'm glad Bubbly reposted that because it's a good thing to have out there. Just everything that's there, that's happened all in the line. And there's some things in there that you forget about, and things that you can see where they got stretched later on, it seems like to me. Anyway, okay, hold on. We've been going 28 minutes. And we got some shorts to do. This will be a short video today. I've got to remind you, tonight is Attorney Andrew Myers right here on Once Upon a Crime Time at 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Yeah. So, and I'm hearing rumors. I don't want to get into it now, but maybe at a later date. But I'm hearing rumors. Yeah. Good rumors at that. So anyway, let's go to our shorts. Okay. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. No. That would not be a good thing. Okay, so I'm getting there, folks. I thought this was pretty interesting. Emily D. Baker, if you don't know who she is, you can go to her channel. She's a good lawyer also. So, yeah. There you
go through a closed hearing and then open up what you feel needs to be opened up. But I can't make that decision in the abstract.
It's not abstract, Judge. You have all of their motions that are under sealed. It is not abstract. The defense gets discovery, most everything. There are very few things that the defense does not get. This is not new in criminal law, and you're not in the dark. You have all of the motions. It is the job of the lawyers to tell you what they're arguing over. And then it is your job to make a decision based on that information or ask them for more information. That's all.
Maybe we could go through a closed hearing and
That's
then
pretty
open
good.
up what you feel needs to be opened up.
I had to show that, man. That's pretty cool. This is wicked here, man. I got to tell you about this. I'm going to show that again. Wow. I was just watching a YouTube channel where this dude, I'm subscribed to him too, and I can't remember his name right now. But he, oops. What the hell? Oh, there we go. He did the story on this road rage and this young kid that pulled up and this part-time cop who was off duty, and he owned some other business that was his main thing, and then he would do like part-time cop work and stuff and whatever. And the kid had really a loud truck, and they pulled up at the stoplight, and the guy didn't like the kid's loud truck, and they got into it, jawing back and forth. And they go 2 more miles up the road. You know, I'm sure there's like stoplights and stuff and whatever. It's right in town, and I think it's in a Missouri town, I think it was. And they ended up saying, "Well, go over in this parking lot or whatever," and they were going to duke it out, right? Well, they both jump out of their vehicles with guns blazing, and they both died, man. They shot each other over road rage, man, over a loud kid's truck. I was like, wow, that's really crazy, man. You know what I mean? There's some crazy freaking people out there.
Crazy music facts everyone should know. Part 39. Deep Purple was recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the globe's loudest band when in a concert at the London Rainbow Theatre, their sound reached 117 decibels.
I think that's probably been beat by now. I would think, but maybe not. This is pretty crazy. 107. That is really loud.
3 of their audience members were rendered unconscious. As a child, John
That is crazy.
Mayer became so obsessed with his guitar that his parents took him to a psychiatrist twice.
And that's too funny.
British newspaper The Sun published a story alleging Elton John had the voice boxes of his own guard dogs removed. They were proven wrong
Oh
when
my
a reporter
God.
went round to check and the dogs barked at him. Bob Marley's wife, Rita, was shot in the head during his attempted assassination. However, she had dreadlocks so thick they saved her life. In 2017, the British band Muse invited ticket holders for an upcoming gig in London to vote online for 10 songs that they wanted to be added to the set list. Fans immediately flooded the poll with votes for 15-year-old B-sides and tracks that the band had never played live before.
Yeah.
This is the world's first realistic female robot
this is
assistant.
I'm
this
the
is
first
really.
personal
I
assistant
don't
built by
know, man.
CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
This is the world's
Watch
first
this
realistic
again,
female
man.
robot assistant.
Tell me
I'm
this
the
isn't a
first
little
personal
freaky.
assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
This is
That's
the world's
freaky to
first
me,
realistic
man.
female.
Totally freaky to me.
It took me 26 years to realize these bizarre history facts. Victor Hugo slept with so many that on the day he died, all the brothels in Paris had to be closed because they all took the day off to mourn him. Napoleon's wife had a friend who was known as government property because she slept with so many ministers of state. In a boozy dare, Thomas Fitzpatrick stole a plane from a New Jersey hangar
This
and
is crazy.
expertly landed it on a narrow street in Manhattan, right in front of his favorite bar. 2 years later, he did it again because someone didn't believe him. It took me 26 years to realize these bizarre history facts. Victor Hugo slept with so many.
Ultimately, we know that there's somebody who has some people, right? Ultimately, we know that there's a person or persons that is in a community somewhere that has committed 4 murders. And I think it's important for the public to know that while they may not see a lot of activity in and out of the house, they may not hear about a lot of the different interviews that are occurring, we're making substantial progress. We have a lot of people working on this case. And, our ultimate resolution is that we would like to find a suspect, make an arrest, and then go through the judicial process, because that's what would be appropriate. Our ultimate resolution is that we would like to find a suspect, make an arrest, find a suspect, make an arrest, find a suspect, make an arrest. Ultimately, we know that there is somebody who has some people, right? Ultimately, we know that there's a
Find a suspect. Yeah. Find a suspect. All right. No, I'm going to end it with 2. No, I got this video. Actually, you know what? On the outro, I'm going to play this little girl's band, which I'm sure at least most of you have seen me play when I do the outros. And she was taught by her dad, okay? I've been following her for a long time, even before I had a crime channel. I followed her on Facebook because she was amazing back then. And I liked the story about her dad, teaching her along the way. You can look her up on Facebook and stuff and read the story about her and whatever. So I'm going to show you this first one, okay? And she does a pretty complex, especially for her age, baseline. Then on the second one I'm going to show you, she jams with her dad, and it's pretty awesome, this whole thing. Do you recognize her? This is when she's younger. She's a little bit older now. That's crazy. For her age, that's unbelievable. She's doing Panic Attack by Dream Theater. Unbelievable, right? And then this is her and her dad, and this is really cool. Oh, that is so awesome. God, I wish I would have forced my kids. I did give Joe lessons, and we jammed on Knocking on Heaven's Door and The Wall. Yeah. And my daughter started to learn how to play guitar, but then she gave it up. But I got a grandson that's playing, so I haven't seen him playing for a while, so I'm be excited to see him next weekend. So yeah, all family will be coming. All right, okay, that is it for the day. That is what I have. It's 41 minutes. That's perfect. All right. Well, I'm going to run this on a premiere, so I'm sure you guys have figured that out. I'm not live. Hopefully I'm sleeping and, gone night-night. You all have a great day, and we'll see you tonight with Andrew Myers. That should be an awesome show. I'm sure we'll be talking a lot about Cy Ray. I'm sure you will have a lot of questions for him. So yeah, it should be a really good show. So anyway, you guys are awesome, and I love you all very, very much. Oh, I was going to play that song, wasn't I? Let's make sure I get that lined up here. What was the name of it now? Which one was it? Oh, come on. There it is. Okay, get this up here. All right. Well, until next time, until tonight, I love you all. Rock and roll.
Sunshine, laughing in the rain, sitting on the la 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 na 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 na. Sing it loud, sing it song till the night turns into day. Just a thing